Hey everybody, Keith Mondillo here. This is video 3 of the senior year sprint. If you did what I asked you to do in video 2, you either sent those 5 emails already or you're about to. And I want to tell you right now, that's the right move. It's exactly what needs to happen. But here's the thing. My 31 years of doing this, I've watched athletes send the right emails, take the right steps, do everything they were supposed to do in the first week, and then quietly sabotage themselves in the weeks that follow. Not because they weren't good enough, not because the coaches weren't interested, but because they made very specific mistakes that most families don't even realize that they're making until it's too late. And I'm putting them in this video because I would rather you hear this from me now than figure it out in November when the window has probably already closed. These are not the obvious mistakes. I'm not going to tell you to update your highlight film or clean up your Instagram. You already know that. These are the quiet mistakes, the ones that don't feel like mistakes when you're making them, the ones that feel logical, even reasonable in the moment. It's exactly what makes them dangerous. So let's get into them. Mistake number 1. They send emails and then they wait. This is the single most common senior year recruiting mistake I see. And it's completely understandable why it happens. Your athlete sends out a round of emails, good emails, specific, personalized, professional emails. And then they sit back and wait for the coaches to respond. And when the responses don't come immediately, 2 things happen. First, the family starts to panic. They take the silence as rejection. They start questioning whether the emails were even good, whether the athlete is even at the right level, whether the whole thing is pointless. Second, and this is the one that really costs you, the athlete stops communicating. And here's what I need you to understand about how coaches operate. A coach getting a recruiting email in July is not sitting at their desk waiting to respond to it. They're running summer workouts, probably camp. They're in staff meetings. They're watching film on athletes that they've already been evaluating for months. Your email landed in an inbox that gets 50 messages a day. That doesn't mean they're not interested. It means they're busy. The athletes who get responses are not always the most talented ones. They're the ones who show back up. A follow up email 7 to 10 days after the first one is not being annoying. It's being professional. It's demonstrating the exact qualities that coaches are looking for in a senior year recruit: consistency, maturity, persistence without desperation. Silence from a coach is not a no. Silence from a coach is an invitation to follow up. If your athlete sends one email and disappears, they've already lost. The recruiting process rewards the families who stay visible, not pushy, not desperate, but visible. Mistake number 2. They refuse to open the level. This one's hard to hear. I know that, but I'm going to say it anyway because no one else in this process will say it to your face. Most senior year families are still chasing the same level that they set their sights on as freshmen. And the world has changed since then. Maybe your athlete's grown into a player who's perfectly suited for a Division 2 or 3 program. Maybe there are 10 coaches at that level who would love to have them on their roster right now. And the family's still sending emails to programs 2 levels above where they can realistically compete. I understand why this happens. You've invested years into this. You have a picture in your head of what this is supposed to look like. And adjusting that picture feels like you're giving up. And it's not giving up. Let me tell you what I've seen happen over and over after 31 years of doing this. I've watched families spend all October and November chasing a Division 1 program that was never going to offer the athlete. Meanwhile, 3 Division 2 programs that were genuinely interested stopped waiting and just filled their roster spots with athletes who are actually in conversation with them. And in December, that family has nothing. Not because their athlete was not good enough to play in college, because they spent 2 months chasing the wrong level while the right programs moved on. And here's the question every senior family needs to answer honestly, and answer it now, not in October. At what level can my athlete walk onto a college campus and contribute within 1 to 2 years? Not sit on the bench, but contribute. That's your level. That's where your energy needs to go right now. And here's what most families don't realize. Division 2 and 3 and NAIA programs are exceptional institutions. Some are better academic fits, better financial fits, and better cultural fits than the Division 1 school you've been chasing. The logo on the sweatshirt does not define the experience your athlete is going to have for the next 4 years. The fit defines the experience, not the division. Mistake 3, they let the parent lead the communication. I say this with complete respect for every parent watching this video because I know you're doing this out of love. I know you're trying to help. I know you've put as much into this journey as your student athlete has, maybe more. But when a parent starts sending emails to coaches on behalf of their athlete, or jumps on a phone call to advocate, or takes over the messaging process because the athlete is not moving fast enough, it almost always backfires. Here's why. When a coach gets a recruiting email, they're not just evaluating the content of the message, they're evaluating the person sending it. Are they mature? Can they communicate professionally? Do they show initiative? Do they understand how to present themselves in a competitive environment? They are not just personality traits. These are qualities that coaches need to know their athletes have before they hand them a roster spot and put them in a game situation. When a parent sends the email, the coach doesn't see a mature recruit who's ready to compete at the next level. They see a family that has not taught their athlete to advocate for themselves. And that raises a question in a coach's mind that's very hard to erase. What's it going to be like when this athlete has to navigate a problem on campus without mom or dad? I'm not saying parents shouldn't be invisible in the process. That's not the answer either. There's a role for parents, and it's an important one. But the communication with coaches needs to come from the athlete every time. Your job as a parent right now is to help your athlete prepare those emails, review, sharpen them, and let them send it. Your job is to help them prepare for a phone call and then let them make it. That's how you help without hurting. I've watched all three of these mistakes play out hundreds of times over my 31 years. And every single time, the family that avoided them was not the family with the most talented athlete in the gym. It was the family that understood what the process actually requires from them at this stage: consistent follow up, honest level assessment, and athlete led communication. Those three things alone separate the families who finish senior year with a real opportunity from the families who run out of time wondering what went wrong. And here's what I want you to hear right now: it's not too late. Listen to me. It's not too late. Every mistake I just described is correctable right now, this week, before summer ball ends and fall hits. But you have to be honest with yourself about which of those three mistakes your family has been making. Because until you're honest about it, you cannot fix it. The senior year recruiting sprint walks you through exactly how to correct all three of these mistakes with specific tools, templates, and a step by step 90-day plan built for families in exactly your situation. 7 modulars, a 70-page companion book, done for you email templates so your athlete never stares at a blank screen wondering what to write. A 90-day calendar that tells you what to do every single week from now through December. The link is in the description below, or just go visit keithmondillo.com. And if you're ready to stop guessing and start moving, that's where you go. But before you go anywhere, stay in this playlist because video 4 is the one that most families tell me changed everything for them. It's not a strategy, it's not a checklist, it's proof. It's a story of a real athlete who is sitting exactly where you are right now, senior year, with no offers, no momentum, and no idea whether it was too late. And what happened when they stop making these mistakes and start moving with a plan. That story's in video 4, and it's worth every minute. Watch it right here in the playlist and watch it next. Take care, and we'll see you soon.